Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hello, everyone.
Hello!
We're on an episode of Hypecast!
Hypecast!
Oh, it's the show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bell.
You want me to introduce myself?
I would love for you to introduce yourself.
So before we off mic, we were like, he'll learn as he goes. I was like, okay, well, the first rule is at least I'll get an introduction.
Absolutely not.
So the first lesson of Hypecast is no introductions.
Yeah.
I'm here. My name is Vinnie Mancuso, former coworker of Tom. That's my official title.
Yeah.
And yeah, extremely excited to be here.
Welcome.
Whatever.
thanks so much for doing the show, man.
Extremely excited to be here. Whatever this is.
Yeah.
You'll see.
You will learn. No, man, thanks. It's great to have you on.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
How was your day?
It was okay. It's 8:30 in New Jersey. It's pouring rain.
Ooh.
Yeah, sitting in a closet, in my one-bedroom apartment. What else could you ask for? What else could you ask for out of life? Out of a Thursday afternoon, or I guess
That's
Thursday night.
sounds like a real slice of heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
I could not complain, were I you.
How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today?
I have a milkshake.
Incredible.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He's the only one not sharing his Zoom screen, so we
That-
can't
well,
even
now
see
you
it.
know
He's
why.
like, oh, I can't share my
I
my
didn't know
microphone.
you guys were going to freak out if you saw this thing.
That's
yeah.
true.
I'm
That's true.
freaking out. I'm freaking out now. I can't even see it.
Right.
If I saw it, it'd be pandemonium.
I'm losing my mind trying to imagine what your milkshake looks
Yeah,
like.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like the rules of horror. Like now I'm picturing it myself. It's way
Yeah.
worse, and it's incredible.
Yeah, I also had a cat on the desk. Everything's happening for me.
Yeah.
Everything's
yeah.
going real good.
I've got the blazing sun of Victorville just beaming into my eyes right now. It's the same sun that once shed light upon Mank.
Yeah,
Yep.
the whole world is. Am I looking at the same sun as Mank? As everybody woke up in the morning.
Yeah, Tom,
Yeah,
it's
what?
got to be like 120 there, right?
Not quite. It's 81.
That's temperate.
No, wow.
Yeah. I didn't get there was apparently a heat wave like yesterday in LA, and it didn't touch us out here in
Wow.
old Mankland.
Didn't
Yeah, it's been real bad.
Mankberg.
Didn't reach Mankburg. Oh man.
So this is a podcast about Mank.
Yeah, it's
David
Mank.
Fincher.
What a Mankcast.
Makecast.
Oh man, what if?
That's
God,
why
I
didn't-
totally forgot that movie existed.
Yeah, so did Netflix.
Yeah.
The day it was released.
Yeah.
Netflix was like, Mank? What the hell is Mank?
Hide. It's like they didn't realize they had made it, and then it
Yeah.
came out. They're like,
Right.
shit, we gotta sweep this under the rug.
That was that was a movie where I was scrolling through Netflix like 3 days after it came out, and it was in their hidden gems section. And
Wow.
I was like, you're hiding it.
Yeah, it's your gem. You hit it.
Discover this hidden gem. It's like, it's your hidden gem.
Yeah.
You
You
the
are
map.
responsible for showcasing this gem.
You drew the map to the gem. You have it.
Right.
Oh man,
I liked Mank too. It's not a bad movie. It's just
no, not at all.
how am I expected to remember Mank? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, how am I expected
There's
to
enough-
have an opinion on Mank?
There's
Mank,
enough things happening in the world.
Mank washed over me
yeah.
Yeah.
like a Victorville summer breeze.
Right.
as he does us all. Old Mank.
Hank.
So yeah, Dave, you think we should name some producers, I guess?
Yeah, we could do that. Hey,
All right, yeah, let's do that.
Hello, hi, hey, big thank you to Heathcliff's Helping Handfuls. Thank you very much. Thank you to the conveniently placed self-destruct button on the top of every baby's head. Thank you. Thank you to Lef. Thank you to Samuel Beckett's Donuts and Mortgage Emporium. Thank you to Ryan, the Silly Money Goose. Thank you to Snapper Carr, Punches God in the Dick. Thank you to @NerdNumbers. Thank you to Mike the Lurker. Thank you to DJ Finney. Thank you to Dracula, the bus driving vampire. Thank you to Brockway Loves the Meat Millie.
Sure does.
And thank you to Knife Boot.
Knife
Oh,
Boot?
sorry, David Knife Boot Henson. Thank you.
Oh man, let me take over here. Thank you to Grumblebee.
Thank you.
Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid.
Thank you.
Thank you to Look Mom on a podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you to Seismic Charge Noise.
Thank you.
Thank you to Deborah's Awesome, Barbara's Great, and Cancer Can Go to Hell.
Thank you.
Thank you to Numino Ultra Microscopic Silico Volcanoconiosis Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Jones.
Woo.
Hell yeah.
Christ!
That one rules.
It used to just be the one name, and then he fucked us by adding a second word.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you to the baby from Eraserhead.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chiz Lily Tits.
Thank you.
Thank you to These 7 Bs.
Thank you.
Thank you to Breezy Ruizy.
Thank you.
Thank you to Davy Francis for the Revenge.
Thank you.
And thank you to MVB.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Vinny, I'm curious.
I get it now. Okay.
A person walking in blind to like 4 years of inside jokes.
Yeah. That was the thing. That was what I was just telling you before we started. You were like, "Well, did you look at the Hypecast doc?" And I was like, "Yeah, I opened it." It looked like something that someone would discover.
It. Yeah.
It was like someone would discover it in an abandoned penitentiary. Like it's just like, what are these scrawls? What do these words mean?
Approaching it like an anthropologist.
But I love that you sent it and we're like, here's the doc.
No preface.
Here's the doc, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll see it. See you then. See you at 8:30.
Yeah.
Here's what the show is.
Yeah,
It's all making sense now, though.
It's coming together.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about trailers?
Like
movie
the film
trailers?
Mank. Yeah.
Like the film Mank.
That's the thing. You don't get it at first, but then it's like, oh, okay. It all connects.
Right. Just like Mank.
Like a beautiful screenplay written by a genius.
All right, let's talk about this first trailer. Marcel with the shell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I already fucked it up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Marcel
Son
the
of a
shell
bitch.
with
Jesus
shoes on.
Christ.
I would argue this title is designed to fuck up.
It's doomed to fail, this title.
Yeah. This is an A24 kids movie, and therefore it is the most A24 kids movie you can imagine.
It looks like a gently narrated nightmare.
It reminds.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Saturday Night Live did that thing? It was like a horror movie directed by Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, yeah.
Right.
That's just what this is. It's like a twee nightmare.
Right.
It's just like-
The comparison I made in the notes is when they literally hired H.R. Giger to design the Batmobile for, I think, Batman Forever? I forget which one.
Yeah.
And then he just drew basically a vagina with wheels, and they're like, I don't know what we were expecting.
Right.
He's like,
So
do you know
if
who
it
I
was
am?
Like, yeah, that's... And it's the same way, where it's
I
like
gave you
A24
what
kids
you.
movie.
I gave you what you ordered.
Yeah.
Are you not familiar with my work? I can't remember if it is Batman Forever. I'll have to look up to check which Batman movie it is. But if it is Batman Forever, that's like doubly funny because the design they went with is just an electric ribbed dick.
Well, that's the thing. I assume it's not that
yeah.
movie because it would be in the movie.
Right.
If Joel Schumacher
would have
he'd
saw
be like,
that and been like, let's put some lights on it and then it's good to go.
greenlit. Yeah. Can it be more clear what it looks like?
Right. It's not like there's not 1,000 cunnilingus
Yeah.
jokes in Batman and Robin. Like
Joel Schumacher was like, no, we can't have this in my movie. Too phallic.
there's so many dicks in that movie.
Yeah. I watched the movie not too long ago. It's a fever dream.
It
it's
rules,
a dick
yeah.
filled. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It is
and
a
I feel
forest of dicks, though. It's just everywhere.
which is what Batman should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah, of course.
let's make
This
the
is
subtext
apparently...
text.
So this thing is based off a short? Is that correct?
Batman Forever.
Yeah. No, this is Marcel
Yeah.
fellow.
Yes. It was I think a 2-minute film.
Okay. I think it does look cute, but I think it also looks like a nightmare. I'm also wondering if it's actually for kids.
Well, you said A24, and I thought you were kidding. Like before I clicked on the link, I was like, oh, it's like it seems like I can't believe this is an A24
It
movie.
literally is an A24 film.
I thought that was a joke.
It's PG, but like I don't know what kid would be into this.
I don't know. I kind of like this because it's obviously a sweeter vibe than something like The Witches, but I like that I'm getting like The Witches Return to Oz. Like I'm getting that kind of vibe from it. Like it's like I want us to start making more kids movies that fuck kids up.
Yeah, it's pushing. It's like pushing existentialism. Yeah. Like it's like what am I? Where is my place in the universe? But it's like a shell. But like those are the questions that this movie is pushing. Apparently,
right? It's a little shitty shell.
The shell Googles how to find how do you find your family? Love that.
She did that entire phrase too with her little shell feet. Like that must have taken her 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get?
Oh yeah, she has to hop to each one, right?
What is like the results for how
I don't know.
Where is my family?
Shit, I'm looking up the cast. This is Isabella Rossellini in it.
It gives you a bunch of genealogy websites.
It's not helping at all.
The number one suggested thing for people also ask is, how can I find my real family?
Aww.
And then how do I track down my family?
Ooh, that sounds sinister.
Different. Yeah, I was going to say.
Liam Neeson typing in.
How do I seek revenge on my family who wronged me?
How do I revenge myself upon my family?
Isabella Rossellini isn't. She's not the shell. The
no,
shell,
Jenny,
isn't it? It's
Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate. Yeah. So isn't this like Jenny Slate's like origin story? Not like isn't this what people were like? Oh, who did this shell voice? And then that was her first thing. Or am I? I kind of remember this as like a very early YouTube thing.
I think that's right. I'm not. I should have looked into that before. But I think that's right. Yeah. And I assume Isabella Rossellini is like grandmother shell.
I don't know. I wish I looked up the
Yeah, I
cast.
assume so too.
I wish I did anything other than
Yeah, I do it in real time while we're podcasting.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
Connie, they all have just first names. I don't know. It's it is what it is. I'm sure this thing is going to be amazing and moving and also really fucked up. I mean, I want to see it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It still looks like a nightmare though.
But like, I don't know. Is it the short fucked up? Like, if you watch the old Marcel the Shell, is it like where like we are a speck of dust in the universe, or is it just like is it just a sweet little thing?
Our lives are as meaningless as a shell looking for its family.
Because I'm wondering if it's fitting into A24 or if they A24'd it up. If they're like, all right, let's ponder our nature of the universe in this thing.
How can we fucking ruin some kids?
Let's Green Knight this motherfucker.
Yeah, oh man.
Hell yeah. That movie unfairly got manked. Nobody remembers
it. Sure did. 0 Oscar nom.
Not a single person
Not a
remembered
single fucking
that movie
nomination.
Came out. Cinematography, directing, I don't know.
Production design.
All
acting,
of
Yeah, fucking lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Adapted screenplay. I thought at the very least adapted screenplay, but
wait, which movie got manked?
Green Knight,
exactly. You
don't yeah.
The
Green Knight. That is I can remember. I just missed it. Yeah, that movie. I cannot believe, it even fits with like the hard on that like the Oscars have for like indie films. Like it's not even like Titan was also a movie that I was like, I feel like that should have gotten something, but I understand why it didn't. The Green Knight, I'm like, I don't have any fucking clue why they missed The Green Knight. Other than they like A24, does A24 care about the Oscars? Is that part of their secret?
Maybe they just don't go hard into Oscar campaigning.
I'm trying to think of like what A24 movies have been nominated for an Oscar. Get Out? Was that A24? No, that was Blumhouse.
No,
that's Blumhouse. Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah, I don't think any. Yeah.
I guess that's just their thing. They're like, we are our own Oscars. We're A24.
Okay, they've done light. There's some art think pieces about it that I'm not going to click on. It seems like they do some light campaigning, but I love the idea that A24 is just chilling.
Yeah.
It's just like, we don't give a shit. We're just over here making good movies.
Selling $150 coffee table books of screenshots from their movies and just raking in that cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did the cookbook too, right? Recently.
The what now?
I think A24 did like the A24 cookbook or something.
There's a horror movie cookbook that I actually got my sister for the holidays that I think is from A24.
Maybe that's what I was thinking
I think they sold it. It's horror-themed recipes. It's great.
That's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just the Oscars are bullshit. Just put out cookbooks. Whatever.
Yeah.
Put
What
out
does it
cookbooks
matter?
and freaky little shell movies.
I'll be thinking more about Dev Patel just absolutely whizzing himself into a napkin in The Green Knight than I will I don't know, whatever won Best Picture this year. Should have been that.
Yeah.
Dev Patel just exploding into a napkin.
Just
Spoilers.
trembling with shame.
Yeah, spoilers for The Green Knight.
So he just blasts all over this napkin. What a
moment.
film!
God damn it. God damn it, The Green Knight. I miss it. I miss watching it. I'm not watching it right now.
We're going to be watching it right now.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We end the show so we can watch The Green Knight.
I got it on 4K so I can really
hell yeah,
experience that
hell yeah,
jizz.
yeah.
Yeah, you can really see the viscosity of it.
Yeah.
Count the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hear them. All right, so that's
yeah.
Marcel the Shell.
It feels like you figured out the show perfectly, by the way. This is
yeah.
in line.
Those are all the thoughts running in my head while I was watching the trailer for Marcel the Show.
Oh, man.
Well, let's talk about this next one for Star Trek. Strange New Worlds. This is the first trailer. There was like a teaser.
It was like a teaser we covered a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, this is like the first full-length trailer, and man, I'm still a little hopeful, but boy, I'm sick of this era of Star Trek.
What?
I don't know.
I was just gonna. I'm like a Star Trek. I don't know. I don't know a damn thing. What is Star Trek's vibe now? I feel like
It
Abrams.
it got Abramsed.
It became the Abrams movie, whereas before, like the shows, particularly the first, all the stuff pre-Discovery, like original series, TNG and Voyager stuff, way more Twilight Zone.
yeah,
Like it was that kind of science fiction, and then like since
more,
the Abrams
usually
stuff,
more optimistic,
Yeah.
less action oriented.
almost no action.
Yeah, there's Star Trek purists who hate the TNG movies for that reason, because they have action in them, and it's like, oh, that's not Star Trek.
When the like old school theme song, like kind of like trippy sci-fi theme song kicks in at the end of this trailer, it feels out of place. And
Yes.
I'm like, I want to watch
Yeah.
whatever show that's the theme song
That's
to.
good.
That's the theme song for the original series.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's-
it is very Twilight Zone. It's very just like, ooh, like 1950s sci-fi. And I'm just like, that doesn't fit with this show I just watched, where everyone has like sick hair. And they're just like, oops, did I do that? Like after shooting an alien. It's just like that kind of vibe where I was like, I didn't think that was Star Trek's thing.
Right. It's not specifically Abrams' fault. There are things Abrams done that I did not like, but it's the same thing with Star Wars. And that's why it's like he's clearly the pattern, where it's that they do these like nostalgia grabs for both series where they're like, we have to have all the characters and the music and the props, but they kind of miss like the point.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say that was the same with Star Wars, where it's like, oh yeah, just do all the surface level stuff, and then, fans are gonna love it. And that was kind of the issue with Picard. I have a little bit of optimism for this trailer, only because it did seem to be bent on the idea of like, it seems to be like, okay, it's going to be about us discovering new aliens, and there's going to be a bunch of like sci-fi predicaments based on that. And maybe it still has the Abrams aesthetic, but it's possible that maybe it's going to be more old school than we realize.
That's what I was kind of, still. So I'm a big fan of the original series. This particular one, Strange New Worlds, is set directly before the original series. So this guy, the captain, this is Christopher Pike, and he was the captain of the Enterprise right before Kirk. So I lost my train of thought. Okay. I was still sort of clinging to that because it does feel like they were struggling to find action scenes to put into this trailer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
It
there's
was
this.
like the same three action scenes, just like they're just throwing them throughout the trailer.
Yeah, and they weren't like particularly like cool or anything. So it seems like you guys were just. It felt like you guys were like searching for like the action scenes that you had, and we're like, here's action. So it's gonna be like the other stuff. So I'm still hoping it's gonna be more like classic Star Trek. Yeah,
I just looked it up, and the series, the creator is the same creator as Picard, who I'm now learning also wrote the screenplay for The Dark Tower, Transformers: The Last Night, Rings, The Fifth Wave, the Divergent series Insurgent, Angels and Demons, iRobot,
it's a real hit.
We gotta trust him.
1998's Lost in Space,
You can't
Batman and Robin.
Okay.
But then at the very beginning, The Client and A Time to Kill. So it feels like he made a couple really good thrillers, and they're all like, let's give you everything.
Wait, who is?
Let's trust you with literally everything.
Is this? I feel like I should know this person's name.
Is it Akiva Goldsman?
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just? It is. Oh my
Akiva
god, it's just Akiva
Okay.
Goldsman. Yeah.
Like you started naming off those scripts. I'm like, that's Akiva Goldsman.
If you had just said that, I would have been like, oh, he wrote all those bad movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he also kind of rules. So-
I know he's well. They did give him everything, and you know, when someone has the keys to the like every kingdom of ever, there's gonna be those. But then it's like, well, you know, didn't he also wrote like
he wrote he was like Joel Schumacher's guy for a while, like Client, A Time to Kill, and then actually both Schumacher Batmans he wrote.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did Batman Forever.
Is he just like credit? Like, isn't he like involved in the Nolan? No, or the Snyder. He's involved in like one later Batman thing.
He probably is.
Was it the television show Gotham? Is that
Titans? He is involved in Titans.
It's Titans.
Okay.
I'm thinking of, you know.
Yeah.
The thing that springs to mind when I say later day Batman
Gotham.
things, the show Gotham or Titans, formerly of the DC streaming service that does not exist anymore.
Nope.
DC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think it was DC, I think it was DC Universe. I subscribed to it. Yeah. I think it's still there. I think you can still read comic books on it. Anyway,
really?
that's not important.
No, nothing has ever mattered less
Nope.
than
Nope.
universe.
I don't know. I'm gonna remain optimistic. I want a good classic Star Trek show.
I have so many other shows that I got to watch first, so this still remains kind of low on my list. But
Yeah, for sure. And plus, we still have all the old Star Trek episodes we can watch. So
yes, I can watch TNG over and over again. But I guess what I'm getting at is this trailer does seem like, oh, this could be good, but it doesn't. Nothing on the behind the scenes side indicates that it will. But it seems to be making a promise that maybe they'll keep. We'll see.
Is Akiva Goldsman like the creator of it? Like who's
He's
running?
credited as creator for both Picard and Strange New World, and writing credits.
And I believe, I'm certain of this. Strange New Worlds is a spin-off of Discovery.
Okay.
Because I think Pike and the guy who's playing this version of young Spock have both been on Discovery as those characters. I'm like 99% sure that's true.
Yeah, I there's so much goddamn Star Trek. Like,
There's so much right now.
Like as someone who's like, oh, maybe I'll jump in. It's like, no, I won't. Like I guess I'll probably one day try and watch the original series. My dad is, he's a diehard fan. He's always been like, you should check it out. I'm like, check out all 600 episodes of it, and then the spin-offs, and then the movies, and then like, I'll wait till I'm retired to start watching Star Trek.
Yeah, that's the best age.
You're in luck. There's only about 80 episodes of the original series.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was only on for 3 seasons.
I've deeply misunderstood Star Trek my entire life.
TNG has like 200, right, Dave? Because it was on.
Yeah, TNG is it's 7 seasons, and it's their standard 23 episodes per season, something wild like that. So,
well,
I'm not going to do the math.
I've seen the J.J. Abrams movies, so I feel like I pretty much got it. Like
yeah,
I got,
you're good.
I got the whole vibe. God, those are films. Those are
motion pictures.
There's 3 of them. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Remember that summer Star Trek Into Darkness came out, and also Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then both of those movies were co-written by Bob Orsi, and both involved a plot line wherein the heroes had to obtain magic blood.
Of course.
Or like the hero had magic blood that needed to be obtained. Like Harry needed Peter's blood in Amazing Spider-Man 2. And
you got deadlines to hit.
Yeah, listen. Sometimes it's magic blood.
Studios are asking for those scripts, and you're like, one of these is going to have magic blood. Then you're like, holy shit. What if they both had magic blood?
What if they needed Khan's blood? Why does that make sense? I don't know. They just need it.
Well, they made a lot of money. Right? Those movies did well.
Yeah.
They must have, yeah.
That feels like it must have been a bad year for movies. Just with those two, like I have a feeling
those two leading the charge.
Year. Yeah. You want to talk about this next thing?
I just real quick. I want to talk about just real quick the hilarious progression of Khan as a character. Obviously, famously played by Ricardo Montalban in the original version. The character is supposed to be a Sikh,
right.
So there's some sort of controversy at the time because Ricardo Montalban obviously is Mexican. He's not Sikh. So the rebooted version of Khan is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
What's the furthest a person has been from being a Sikh? What's at the opposite end of the spectrum? It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Very funny. Anyway, the months leading up to that movie where they had to try to coyly deny that he was Khan, even though it was very, very obvious that that's who he was playing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, God, I totally even forgot that.
Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
That was like a whole thing.
God,
they were trying to make that a surprise for some reason.
Right, and also, like, I feel like even Star Trek fans are like, he's not Darth Vader. Like, who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit about Khan coming back?
Well, he's like anyway, we don't need
as someone who doesn't know much about Star Trek, it's like, well, I know Khan. Like, I know he yells Khan, and I know it's like the Wrath of Khan. Because, like, I don't know, growing up, I was just like, I'm not going to watch it, but Wrath of Khan sounds cool as hell. Like, that's something I will watch one day.
It's a pretty sweet movie.
Also, I think there's a direct line we could draw between that moment and the new Kingsman doing a villain reveal of Hitler.
And doing a fucking post-credit sting of Hitler.
Yeah, because that
building
Hitler
out a shared universe.
Yeah,
Jesus
Christ. Hitler MCU.
He's the Khan of our world, I guess. And so they were who's our Khan? Who's our
secret.
World War villain Khan?
Who's our Thanos?
Oh, Hitler. Yeah,
fucking Hitler.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, I still haven't seen that movie, but you know
No,
what
I'm never gonna see that
what
movie.
I know about that movie is that Hitler steps out of the shadows like Samuel Jackson, and he's like, I have an initiative I want to tell you about.
They call me Hitler.
Yeah, it's
called
called a world war. We're gonna assemble a team. Jesus Christ! It's crazy. I actually feel like that's kind of flown under the radar. I feel like we should all still be screaming about the fact that that's the end credit scene of that movie.
We should not have let them get away with that.
No, we should stop making films.
I feel like every person involved with that every day sits there and they're like, when am I? It's like they're on the run. They're like, when will I be caught for my crimes?
It's like Henry Hill in the Act 3 of Goodfellas, looking up at the sky for the helicopter.
I know what I've done, and I don't deserve to be free.
Oh fuck! We made Hitler our Thanos. What was I thinking?
He's still fine. I'll do it myself. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
All right, let's talk about this next trailer.
Yeah, let's move on.
This is for Hold Tight. This is a TV series from some sort of country. It's about a kid who dies.
This is Poland.
Yeah, and his friend dies, and there's like a mother trying to figure out this like tight knit group of kids. All I know about this trailer is like every 4 seconds there was another dead teenager showing up. Oh, yeah. And I was like, man, they're burning through teens.
Is that? It looks. I thought it was one dead teen, and then it's just like the rest of the teens are trying to hide what happened to this one dead teen.
I don't know. They kept showing someone like finding a dead body in the trailer.
I think it's like the action scenes in the Star Trek trailer. There's one dead body. And they're really sprinkling it out.
They're
throughout.
showing it from every angle.
Yeah, really milking this dead body.
Milking the one dead teen. Like, we only have one dead teen. Well, let's tell you.
Like it's a bus exploding at the end of Speed. Now listen, we only get one take, so we're gonna film it from 6 angles.
Right. This is based off a novel. It is probably good.
By Harlan Coben, who's like a like a best-selling thriller author who has been getting like, I guess he must have a deal with Netflix because there's like 6 Harlan Coben adaptations on Netflix.
I think he just writes books that are like made to be made into Netflix original, like 8-episode Netflix shows. They like there's just that vibe, and they're just like, we'll take all of them. We'll make all of them too. We're gonna make all of them eventually.
My mom loves him, so yes, that makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
That's his exact demographic. But it's also interesting. They're all from like, this is a Polish film, and then there's another adaptation starring Richard Armitage, where it's like a British miniseries. So it's like a bunch of international adaptations of his work, which is interesting to me. I don't know how that works.
He's making a lot of money. He's making so much money. Good for you, Harlan.
Yeah. Get those Polish bucks from Netflix. Yeah, I had trouble following this trailer, so I'm glad you guys seem to know what it was about.
There's actually a couple trailers like that where I was like, that looks good. I'm not entirely sure what it is, and this is one of them. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it other than, like, I bet this is going to be good and thrilling, and that's it.
Yeah, you'll pay attention to it hard for like 8 episodes, and then you'll never think about it again. It's just Netflix designs things to be gone from your brain within 10 seconds.
The instant it's over.
Because it's gone from their brain. Because they're like, check out this thing, isn't it great? We canceled it, but isn't it great?
But then they just funnel you into the next thing, which is just a different version of this show, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, this is my new favorite thing. And then you watch it, and you're like, well, I guess I'll watch the same version of that again.
Do you have another one? We do! All right.
Archive 81. They just canceled it.
Yeah. They sure did.
R.I.P. to Archive 81.
Man.
81 and done. They just said... Huge. Actually, I didn't know. I thought it was a limited series. So when it ended on a cliffhanger, I was like, okay.
That was kind of the. As soon as I realized it wasn't a limited series, like my enjoyment of it fell off a cliff.
I was like, oh, I was done. I was done though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna lost me. I'm not sticking with this show.
Yeah.
You're gonna end your show with a weird ass.
What are you doing?
9/11 reference.
Like, on principle, it is frustrating that got canceled. But yeah, my thought was, well, I wasn't going to watch season 2 anyway.
I had already canceled it within my brain.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what to tell you.
It had been canceled within my thoughts.
And yet, for some reason, they're like, we want 20 Stranger Things. Like, their least sustainable show, because of the ages of the actors, is the one that they will not let go.
And now they can't. They can't wrangle together a new season of Stranger Things, though.
It's been like 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
Not quite that long. It's 2019, but still, 2019 was a while ago. The world was a different fucking place the last time Stranger Things was on television.
I feel like it's really symbolic because we all grew up, and we're gonna watch these people who are children in this new season. They're just adults. They're
all like gangly and gross now. I don't care about them anymore.
The world has it's like I don't. You're in a predicament. Figure it out. You're 20 years old. Figure it out yourself.
Like, one of the stars has already had a different show come out and fail.
Insane. I can't wait for this.
His prank show. You remember that?
Jesus Christ. Well, it was like a prank show where he like told people they had a job, and then he was like, the job's not real. And then it's the kid. Like, you come in for your first day of work, you needed this job. And the kid from Stranger Things.
Fucking kid from Stranger Things
throws
comes
a fucking pie in your face. It's like, the job's not real. And that's it. There's one season of that. Yeah. And he was, I don't know, he needed to pay the bills between, not really, he's a child, but I guess he needed to do something.
Bills to see,
Yeah. I can't wait for the new season of the show, because they're the tricks they're going to have to pull to disguise the immense amount of time that has taken place.
I'm also like,
I don't think they necessarily will disguise it, but
yeah, I get a lot of the critique of the later seasons, but I honestly am like fine with it because it's like a
every
soap
season.
opera.
I liked season 3 a lot. Yeah. I didn't, and I watched it again, and I was like, you know what? I need to shut up. Like, this
it's like low key the gnarliest in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same with True Detective, where it's like, I get why certain seasons aren't people's favorites, but I just like brooding, detectives played by good actors.
I think,
and Vince Vaughn. Like, it's I'm into it. I don't care.
if you go into season 2 of True Detective now, like knowing what it is, and if you can watch it as it is, it's incredibly entertaining.
Yeah.
It's
Right. If I had started that season
Yeah.
knowing it was Chinatown and not like and not like 7, then it would have been okay.
it was just like a shock to the system.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, hold on. I remember watching screeners for that show. Like, for some reason, I was at my parents' house and they were throwing some get together, and I was like, oh, I gotta go upstairs and watch screeners for True Detective season 2. I'm so excited. And I came downstairs and I didn't say a word, and they said, "Are you okay?" Because of the look, because the look on my face, like it looked like I had just went through an event. I had just watched the first 2 episodes of season 2, and I was like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Look like you just lived True Detective.
Yes. But no, revisit it. And season 3 is legitimately good and features an incredible performance from Stephen Dorff.
Fucking Stephen Dorff is amazing in that season. Yeah. I mean, they're both great, but yeah.
Yeah, but you like expect
you come in like Mahershala Ali, you're like, well, he's going to be incredible, but then like
Dorff.
Stephen Dorff comes out of nowhere, like, the fuck is he
Really,
doing?
You're like,
really
hey,
good.
good job, Dorothy.
What's this little guy doing?
Fucking Deacon Frost, my man. Incredible.
So that's
man.
Hold Tight.
Yeah, that's Hold Tight. Sure.
The next trailer is for Outer Range. This is
I am
Hell yeah.
no fucking clue what this is gonna be, but I'm so excited to watch it.
Josh Brolin, man.
It's Josh Brolin and Will Patton mumbling folksy cowboy speech at each other. I
an
don't
old
care
Poots.
what the movie
They got
is.
the Poots. They got so much going on.
The funny thing about this, no, go on. I'll
I was just saying,
please.
go do it.
This is a trailer that I watched the one that we were just talking about and was like, well, I have no thoughts on that. And then I watched this, and 10 seconds in, I was like, well, Josh Brolin's a cowboy. Like, I get the gist of this too. And I was like, let me turn it off. I was like, you know what? No, let me watch the whole trailer for this one. I would have went my whole life thinking that this show wasn't worth watching. And the last minute of this trailer, I was like, I need to watch this show immediately. Like, I don't really get excited for TV anymore the way I got excited to watch this show where Josh Brolin is just shirtless and tossing people into an endless hole on the back of his farm.
Josh Brolin and his hole.
Fucking sci-fi time phenomenon in his ranch. It's amazing. I don't know what it is.
Set to that fucking song from I'm gonna say it's the song from It 2 because that's the only context I have it. Call Me Angel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's,
that was abrupt and weird, and it worked just fine.
It worked really, really well.
This trailer, it's literally
really...
everybody go watch this trailer because you watch it and you're like, I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna watch the shit out of it.
But I need it.
Yeah, it's honestly probably a relentless mystery box that will frustrate me to no end. And yet, still with this trailer, I'm like, yeah, it's fucking Josh Brolin in his hole. Lily Taylor's there. Fuck, I'm in.
Yeah. Cast is incredible. Josh Brolin is just aggressively shirtless.
Yeah.
Just wandering around his sci-fi farm.
He has never been more shirtless.
No, and he's been really, really shirtless.
He's been extremely shirtless
throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
Also,
it's incredible.
Sorry, shout out to the concept of a sci-fi western called Outer Range. It's like, oh yeah,
of course.
that is a name.
How have we not landed on that yet?
Yeah.
How is it 2022? We're just landing on Outer Range.
So the gist for you listeners is Josh Brolin owns this ranch. Imogen Poots shows up and she's like, hey, I just want to camp here for a few days. And there's this big hole they discover on his property that seems to it's like a break in time or like a break in reality or something. So you can see the past and the present and the future when you approach the big old hole.
I feel like all the audio listeners they're not picturing a big enough hole. They're like, oh, all right, what? It's a big. What, do you dig it? It's like, no, this thing.
It's a hole.
Yeah. Listen, it's the biggest hole in the West.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this show, which I didn't know about until half hour before we started doing this.
Also, the creator has never done anything else. He has just this as writer and producer credits.
Maybe
so
this
guy
happened
just
to him.
Yeah.
It's like,
this motherfucker.
This is the only story I can tell because it's mine. Because I lived in.
He strolled into Amazon Studios and he's like, Josh Brolin in a hole. And they're like, here's money.
Yeah. I don't need to hear another word.
Yeah. And why would you?
Oh yeah. I of all the trailers of the endless row of trailers you presented me with, this is the one where I like pumped my fist. And it was one that I almost didn't even watch because like, all right, cool, Josh Brolin owns a farm. It's kind of like Yellowstone, which for the entirety of that show's run, I thought was just about Kevin Costner owning a farm. And then
Is
somebody
it not?
No.
my coworker was like, "Man, can't believe how brutal the last Yellowstone was." And I was like, "What is Yellowstone about?" I thought it was just about a farm.
So
It's like Cowboy Sopranos.
right.
This is that's exact to the word. That is what they said.
I have a similar feeling where it's like in my gut I knew it probably wasn't just him sitting around a farm doing nothing like herding cows, but it was
could
just
have
that
been.
I just didn't care to know. So I was like,
I didn't do the research.
It's like Kevin Costner on a farm, whatever.
Yeah, it's on me. Like, it's not the show's fault that I
No.
thought. I was just like, what do you mean brutal? Like, did his crops not grow? Like, what happened? He owns a farm. They're like, no.
He's sad
like,
about his paw or some shit?
Like, so many people are killed so violently. So, yeah, Yellowstone. Maybe I'll watch Yellowstone.
I thought this was like a Yellowstone-related project because they just had a prequel come out, and it's like the biggest show on TV. So I was like, oh, is this like another Yellowstone?
No.
Part of the Yellowstone universe? No,
But it's
it could
probably-
It is not.
Yeah.
It might be. They could fall through that hole into Yellowstone.
It's probably being shot
Costner's
like
on the other end of that hole.
right.
Doing his
It's
goddamn
probably-
farm.
They're probably shooting it a stone's throw, right? Like it reminds me of when There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men were shooting. They were shooting like blocks from each other, and it's
Yeah.
just like them both looking at each other, like, "Oh, you making a gritty art house film too? Yep, cool." Like this feels like it could be
Man, I
right
wonder
down the
if
street.
Josh Brolin and Daniel Day-Lewis ever swapped mustaches
Probably.
just for a day, just for a fun
Just
day.
to try
Yeah.
it out, see what
Yeah.
it was like to walk in the other man's mustache.
I hope.
We'll never
Oh.
know. They'll never talk about it. That
No,
sounds-
of course not.
They're
They have
both
a
very
gentleman's
private men.
pact. Yeah.
Yeah, it's how I think it's the NBA. NBA players will trade jerseys.
Yeah. Well, it's soccer? I don't know. I said that so confidently. I don't know.
I think a couple of sports do it. Anyway, it's like
Sign it-
that.
Anyway.
Sign of respect. You swap mustaches
Oh,
with a man you respect.
I'm an oil man.
Well, this next trailer is called The Porter. This is
Yeah, this is a BET series.
BT original.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like unions and junk.
It's about train porters trying to form a union in I guess early 19th century or 20th century rather.
Yeah, which they're creating. I just read the synopsis. The world's first black union, which I'm guessing it doesn't go great to like it's a bit of a struggle. One imagines.
Yeah, that's probably
Probably.
big spoiler. It does not go well.
I bet it's going to be a really intense.
Yeah,
it looks good.
When it said based on a true story, it's almost like, oh no,
Oh god.
I'm scared for all of these characters now.
Right, but it does look really good.
It looks pretty
It does.
good, yeah.
And again, this Outer Range back to back with this BET Plus original. It looks jazzy. It's one of those shows where I'm like, wow, incredible trailer, jazzy, incredible costumes, incredible cast. I can't wait to never watch it.
I have the feeling for across the board, all the trailers we have
Yeah.
mostly TV, where it's all like, oh, that looks good, but it's all like, that's
It's
the
not
bullshit that
it's
I'm
not this
I
show's
can expect.
fault. It's
No,
not this
not at
show's
all.
fault. This show looks good. This show looks
This
good.
show looks straight up good.
Particularly, I'm glad you called out the production design because I
Yeah.
did want to call that out and I didn't remember to. But yeah, it looks great.
It looks a lot better than like Amazon shows I've seen and HBO Max shows I've seen. Like it runs the gamut with these streaming shows where it's like is whoever owns this streaming service care enough to throw money at this show? If not, it looks like shit. And so like
Right.
whoever is behind this show, it looks incredible. Costume design, set design, just looking like cinematic. It looks great. I hope it finds a gigantic audience and runs forever on BET Plus.
Yeah, and I mean the people behind it. One of the creators did the Snowpiercer show, which I hear is very good.
Yeah.
Orphan Black,
word.
it's people who know what they're doing. It looks, it just looks straight up good. It's like the Hold Tight, or Outer Range, they all fit within these like stereotypes of TV series. And there's just so many goddamn series out there. And so it's stuff like this where I look at it and I'm like, I hope people are watching this because I'm not.
Yeah.
And there's so many goddamn TV shows out there and so many of them look really good. And this, so I hope I get to watch this at some point. Same with Outer Range, same with Hold Tight. They're all things that I'm just like, I really hope I don't know, break my legs and I have a lot of time.
We can make that wish come true.
Yeah,
I know.
if you need
to
break
snapped legs.
Here's the thing, my job doesn't require me to have legs, so I'd still be,
Yeah, you wouldn't
it
be any
wouldn't give me
less
time
busy.
off.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not necessary.
Yeah.
They're dead weight.
They are.
We could
gotta
really
get-
pulverize your legs, though, Dave.
Yeah,
You could
that's
watch
true.
a lot. You could watch a lot of TV. Like you could watch every single one of these shows. Life was easy when there was like 2 good shows. When there
Right.
was just like, here's the 2 shows that everyone
There's
needs to
3
watch.
channels, and it was
Yeah.
like I have to choose between these 3 shows.
That's like the nightmare of the era of prestige television, where there's just too much to watch.
Right.
There's
We
so
have
many
it-
shows, and
we
I'm
have it
already
so
bad
hard.
at watching TV shows. So like,
Yeah.
I've started just not. I don't watch them. I don't like. I've started just like it's like the overwhelming choice. You're just like, you know what I choose? None of them.
Nothing.
I choose none of them.
I can't. I'm
gonna
paralyzed by all this choice.
I'm gonna watch
Right.
Evil Dead. I'm gonna watch the movie Evil Dead and go to bed. I can't
Yeah.
watch. I can't choose. I'm sorry. I will never see Severance. I'll never see the show Severance. I'm sorry.
I'm working my way to Severance. I'm trying. It's hard. Because every time I start something new, I'm like, this is good.
Yeah,
I will
you know
watch
what?
it.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is
I
good.
do want to stay with these people.
Everyone
Right.
I know
Hello,
was
new
right.
friends.
And then yeah.
Well, let's talk about this next thing, Our Blues. This was a trailer where I had to look up the synopsis because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I just saw.
Yeah, this is.
I got no thoughts for you.
Yeah,
it's-
I just want to say this is a difficult one for me because it's a Korean film or show.
It's a show.
But it's a really fast trailer. Like it's edited very fast.
Here, that's what I was about to say.
So
is
I could not keep up with it because I'm trying to read the subtitles
Yeah.
and see what's happening on screen at the same time. But it's
Right.
edited together so quickly that it was just I have no idea what was happening in this
This
trailer.
this isn't like a dumb American thing. This is on them because what they did, for the record, is they really quickly cut between these scenes and they have subtitles and it's just impossible to read them. And then they have text on the screen.
Yeah.
And then people are talking and the subtitles will go down. And so you just get through the trailer and you're like, I couldn't catch any of that. I looked it up.
Why did you put this trailer on here, Dave?
It seems
I
like
don't
it's
know.
just a slice of life. These people
Yeah.
they live on an island, and they
Yeah.
they
It
go
seems like
through
they-
everyday struggles.
That's
just
literally
trying to get
it.
by.
It's,
Yeah, it
it's
just-
a
it
series
seems
of
like a
stories
cute
of people on an
Sitcom,
island.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a series of love stories of people on an island. I put
Okay.
it on because it looks like it. Someone might like this. It does look good. It
It's
seems like
nice.
It looked charming.
Yeah.
Like light. It's just I could not follow the trailer.
Yeah.
It was edited like I'm trying to find the best way to describe it to people listening. It's edited like a really quick comedy trailer.
yes.
So like the beats are just coming at you, and you're trying to read. It was dizzying.
Yeah, it's part of why I wanted to point it out is because it's Netflix like seemingly sabotaging this.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just not for English speaking
I think
audiences.
it looks like all they did was just take the original trailer and
Yeah.
just put
Yeah.
their Netflix
And they were
logo at
like,
it.
good luck. Like
Yeah, it's and I bet it's really good. Or maybe it's not, but like there's no way to know. That's the point. It looks like it could be good, but this trailer is going to bury it. No one's going to watch the show because you're going to see the trailer and go, I didn't even know what that was.
Well, I
And
know
then you're going to move on.
this is probably part of Netflix famously after Squid Game hit huge, bought a lot of Korean programming.
yeah.
Yeah. And this is one of it.
This is one of them. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
if they were acquiring all the distribution rights to all these new movies and TV shows, it probably is a case of just literally just taking whatever trailer they made for the show in Korea and then just slapping a Netflix logo and putting subtitles on it for American audience or non non-Korean speaking audiences, and it's like it's impossible to follow.
They're like, oh,
Right.
wait, we own this. We have to release it.
Yeah,
Here you go. Here
you guys couldn't even take the time to make a new trailer. Like,
It looks
want this to
pleasant.
do well?
Like I like you said, I couldn't follow it, but it just looked like something that like a nice warm hug. Like it looked like these people are just living their lives. They and maybe they have everyday foibles to overcome, and that's really nice. It's
for
no
them.
it's no giant hole in the back of your farm, but you know what? Not
it's a
every
Brolin
show.
hole.
Not every show can be a Brolin hole.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like nice and charming, and like it's probably pretty good, which is why it was like if it didn't look good, I wouldn't have cared. But like the fact that it looked good, I was like frustrated that I couldn't follow the trailer.
I guess I'll watch this on like 25% speed and try and catch up to it.
Well, we have one more trailer, yet another TV show. This is Pistol. This is directed by Danny Boyle. It's actually written by Craig Pierce, who I want to point out is the writer of Strictly Ballroom, Romeo plus Juliet, Moulin
he's
Rouge,
Baz
The
Luhrmann's
Great
guy.
Gatsby, and Elvis. Yes, he's Luhrmann. He's Luhrmann's
So he's just
man.
on loan to Danny Boyle.
Loan to Danny Boyle.
Yeah, and this is apparently a show about the formation of the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry, I don't think is an interesting enough story, but
Nope.
they could make some shit up, I guess.
Sure.
I was mostly shocked to discover that was not Alfie Allen in the lead role of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
I was like, oh, good for him. I looked at the credits and was like, Alfie Allen's not in this show. That wasn't Alfie Allen.
I had that same whiplash moment where, like, at first I was like, oh, that seems like that's Alfie Allen, all right, and then like it dawned on me shortly thereafter. It's like he's way too young to be Alfie Allen.
Yeah.
This is Alfie Allen at the beginning of Game of Thrones.
Right.
So my big reaction to this trailer was A, like, oh, look, that's what Danny Boyle's been up to. That's cool. And B, that's not Alfie Allen. And then
Yeah.
and then I moved on to the next trailer.
I just don't care about the Sex
Well,
Pistols.
it's they're fine. It's whatever.
I mean, they're fine,
all
but
right.
like the
it's-
story I feel like the story that needed to be told was already told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Nancy?
sure was.
Pretty definitively told.
Pretty definitively told. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, why? I don't know. I mean, obviously,
I don't
know.
think most band stories need to be told because they're usually just people sitting around getting drunk and writing songs.
Yeah.
Like very few stories of musicians seem like they matter, and this is
Like,
is
especially
one
like
more.
their formation, because it's just like these were some guys. Like, these were some guys who were like, do you want to play in a band? And like, that's how the Sex Pistols were made. Unless I like deeply misunderstood or don't know the story of how the Sex Pistols became.
I
a
don't
thing.
know. There's definitely always drama between them. Like there's biographies and shit. It's more about like a movie would be fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's kind of for me the TV series aspect of it. I think they're doing at least a movie for the Ramones as well. And again, it's sort of like, yeah, why not? You're doing it for every band. Might as well do it for punk bands as well.
Yeah.
And they do tend to have more fun stories because, they tend to be jackasses more. But, like, ultimately, I never get anything out of any of these. And so, yeah, I don't know, man.
And it's also like, you only get so many projects out of a given filmmaker in their entire career, and it's like, well, that's one of Danny Boyle's down. Like that he spent a lot of time making that. When it's like, well, what if Danny Boyle made something that wasn't that? Like, what if
Right.
what if Danny Boyle
Although-
like directed a new movie? That'd be cool.
Danny Boyle does tend to have pretty good taste, right? Like, if he's
Yeah.
directing it, that means there's probably something here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's I didn't,
I just hope they lie a lot. Like, I hope they make shit up.
or I hope it's about and I'm sure it probably at least touches on it a little bit, but it's more about like the broader beginnings of like that wave of punk rock,
Right, yeah.
particularly in England.
I can see that.
So if it was more about like the overall story, which it
Well,
very well might be, then
Yeah, I saw that Billy Idol's in here, but it also doesn't. I'm looking.
Who's playing Billy Idol?
Some guy.
Billy Idol
Yeah.
reprising his role from The Wedding Singer.
He just showed up, and they're like, yes, Billy Idol's in the
I'm
show
in
now.
this picture now.
Can't fight
Okay, Billy Idol.
it. He probably looks good, right?
I mean, he looks like he's always looked pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know, because then you'd be, if you're doing the earlier stuff, you'd want to address like glam rock and shit. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm always interested in music history, just because I'm obsessed with pop culture history. So hopefully it's a little bit more about like the scene overall, and that'll be like my shit.
I think we
my
remember how wild the world went for vinyl, and I think that this show will probably the HBO show Vinyl. Do you remember when that caught the wave?
I have no idea what that is.
And
it was a Martin Scorsese show on HBO that had like a huge. They were like, Marty's back. He's directing an HBO show. It debuted and just. Fuck, nobody cared.
It was the Bobby Cannavale show.
Yeah, it was Bobby Cannavale doing cocaine for an hour straight every week, and I thought it ruled.
Right, obviously, based on that description, I want this show to run forever.
Mick Jagger was a creator for it?
Yeah, it was like Terrence Winter, Martin Scorsese, and Mick Jagger, the core trio, the core creative team. I think Mick Jagger's son was in it. Ray Romano as a threesome. That show is good. And it lasted. I think it got canceled like before the first season was over because it cost so much money.
Looks like it was 10 episodes long.
Oof. Yeah, just the music rights alone probably.
It had to be like the next Game of Thrones. Otherwise, they can't afford it.
I liked it. So
I'm sure it was good. It's just
Once you get all the new shows done, make your way back to vinyl.
Circle back around to vinyl. While you're at it, watch the Dennis Leary FX show, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll.
Oh my God, yeah. Both of those shows existed for a length of time. They were on TV.
A length of time was approximately one season.
Think of all the money spent to make these shows a reality, and what could have been, what that money could have went toward instead.
Wow.
Dennis Leary probably looks good too, right? He's probably doing good, all right?
He's
pretty
doing
much
fine.
Looks the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
He's telling it like it is, you know?
Yeah. Holding a mirror up to society.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, that's it for trailers. You want to do some news stories? We got some more producers to thank first.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you do that?
Okay. Big thank you to Chester's Prophet. Thank you very much. Thank you to Definitely Not Guillermo del Toro. Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows.
Sure does.
Thank you to Bob Grenville. Thank you to Steven. Thank you to Han Toomey, the confused cyborg. Thank you to Asking 7. Thank you to Happy Ed 209.
Okay, let me step in here. Thank you to Tiger George Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you.
Thank you to Manischewitz Maltov says, economic solidarity is the path to paradise, comrades.
Thank you.
Thank you to E.T., the extravagant terresticle.
Thank you.
Thank you to Cody Johnson's Time Machine Noise.
Thank you.
Thank you to Pete Vorpagel.
Thank you.
Thank you to Glitterous, CFO of Michael Shannon's Chocolate Factory.
Thank you.
Thank you to pre-order Jason Parge's new book. Pre-orders are super important.
Thank you.
That's it, Dave. Chill your cursor the fuck out. You block the words when you do that. Literally had to stop because I couldn't read part of one
clicking
name.
stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
I can't argue with that.
It unwinds me.
I understand both sides, but
Yeah.
It's a nuanced issue.
So they just announced Picard Season 3. I hear it's the last season.
Yeah, it's going to be the final season of Picard.
Yeah, which is why they're basically bringing back the entire TNG cast, because they're like, well, this is all we got. This is what people want, including Brent Spiner, whose character is dead.
He was still in Season 1, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, in dreams. I only got through like 3 episodes, but in those episodes, he shows up as like a dream.
Isn't Lore still alive? Could he be Lore?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember Lore's fate. I think he was ultimately disassembled. B4 has been also disassembled. There's 3 datas. There's B4 and
Christ
Lore.
almighty.
B4 actually shows up in Picard. They show where he is. Lore, I could see coming back. But again, I haven't seen it. Also, since Season 2 is a Q thing, anything can happen. They're basically they're just desperate. So they're like, let's get everybody back. Let's just get them all back. Q can do like a fucking spell. I'm sure they'll be back on the goddamn Enterprise
Yeah,
like
of
I
course.
can.
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be?
yeah, and it's just.
Is Picard
Yeah.
bad? Is it a bad show?
Here's the thing: is
I don't know. I don't know a damn thing about the Star Trek extended universe.
I've gotten through 3 episodes. I'm the biggest TNG fan. I was raised on it, and I am struggling. I
Man.
feel obligated to watch it, but it is a combination of slow and just like doesn't feel. They're like, oh, look in the background. There's that painting from that episode. Ooh, look there. Here's a reference to this character. Here's a reference to that. You remember that, but the tone couldn't be less like Star Trek. So it's just like this like gritty drama with Picard in it. With like I don't know. It's at this. I've again 3 episodes in. My biggest question is why is it even Picard? Like because it's like
such a bummer.
Yeah, it's like not really about him. It
that's a
is a
shame.
bummer.
Why would you drag Patrick Stewart back in there and then not make the show about him?
That's kind of how
Right.
it's like. That's a more aggressive version of what I said about Danny Boyle. It's like, man, we only get so many more Patrick Stewart performances.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So why are we making him make this TV show?
Yeah,
that
it's
he's
also
not
like
even
kind
the star
of-
of.
It's like a mystery box, at least. Again, I've only watched 3 episodes, and that's over the span of a year. I've managed to get through 3
3
episodes.
hours of television.
It's just, man, I could not be less interested.
Dragging yourself back to the TV.
Yeah. So,
Dave, statistically, you have spent more time in the last year doing absolutely nothing
right.
than watching the
Living
Picard
in the
show.
Picard universe.
So I'm very glad they've decided, okay, we're done. Because they needed to be done. They really did.
Do you still have that dog?
What?
There's the only thing I know about the show is that there was a poster for season 1 where it was just him and a dog.
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember that dog from the episode.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think the dog's really in it that much. The dog was named number 1 or whatever. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
remember
hell
that
yeah.
shit.
That rules. I mean, I don't know.
It's a weird plot
I'm only
about...
hearing good things.
Yeah, it's a very weird plot so far about Data having a secret child. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing right now? So, I don't know, man. It's a
Data's
shame.
secret child?
Yeah, listen, he's
Is it
procreated
like a
before.
Tamagotchi?
Well, Data created in the episode The Offspring. Data has makes his own
He
cybernetic
created the
child.
band The Offspring.
Yeah. No, he created a character named Lol, who she
Jesus Christ,
briefly
dude.
gained sentience for a single episode, but she had a cascade malfunction, I believe it was called, in her brain that
Sure,
caused
yeah.
her to briefly
Yeah.
feel emotions and to shut down. Data then imported her memories into his brain,
Yeah.
so he'll never forget her.
That's
And
what you
so-
have to. That's what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea
to
is
carry the memory
There's
of our
no
loved
way
one.
around doing that.
Right. And the premise of Picard that they seem to be posing is that Data made another being before himself dying in secret somehow, even though he was like on the Enterprise most of that time. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe they make it make sense. I don't know. I'm probably never going to get to the end of that season, so...
At this rate, you're
That's
going.
right, yeah. You'll be there
In
in like
about 10 years,
2035. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the fact that Kevin Smith is releasing his next movie as an NFT.
How dare you? How dare you make me think about this?
Yeah, I don't know what's going
How
on
dare
here.
you? How very dare you make me have an opinion on this shit? This shit.
I like studied each word of this press release, and I still don't understand what the hell we're doing. Like, he's making like an anthology film with the idea that everybody who buys an NFT can make their own chapter of the anthology with
Oh, no.
the art that they now own.
Well, here's what I will
NFTs
say.
are such a fucking scam, guys. So
Yeah,
like,
here's-
why are we making movie? I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say a few things. One, I agree, NFTs are a scam. 2, what was 2? Oh, 2 is that. I guess that's it. Never mind. No, the title of this is Kilroy Was Here,
Yes.
which is arguably one of the first memes that has ever existed. So there might actually be a narrative reason to do this. That said, NFTs are a scam, and don't do them.
You know.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what I hope. You know how NFTs are you know, they're bad. They're also just bad for the environment.
Yeah, there are all sorts of bad.
I hope that the server that contains Kevin Smith's movie is the one that just does it. I hope Kevin Smith's movie just ends this world.
Oh, that would be great.
As we slip into our heat death, it's just Kevin Smith did this. Kevin Smith is responsible for the end of all life as we know it. Because it's just, because Jesus Christ.
He saves us all, or he makes this and everybody goes, you know what? Never mind.
NFTs aren't cool. I don't want to do it anymore.
They're really shitty.
This is just such a bummer. It's just such top to bottom.
Yeah, from beginning to end, just every part of this is the worst. All right, I'm just gonna read a couple of snippets from this. Okay, so the film directed by Smith. Throwback and anthology horror pick featuring a creature that kills evil adults at the behest of victimized kids. It's called Kilroy is Here. The movie itself, along with exclusive content from the film, behind-the-scenes footage, and a commentary track, will be launched as a 5,555-piece generative art NFT collection. And then whatever that fucking means. And then here's what Kevin Smith had to say. When you buy the Kilroy NFT, you get exclusive access to the movie. But more importantly, the specific version of Kilroy you get is your Kilroy to do with whatever you want. Make your own movie. Turn it into a cartoon. License him for lunchboxes. We started the story. Now you get to continue it with your very own version of our titular character.
You know what else? You can just film something else. You can, if your goal is to make your own movie, you do not have to pay for a $5,000 NFT of Kilroy, whoever the hell that is.
I mean, it's a
Kilroy
5,000.
Just the meme though, because then they're taking a meme that wasn't owned by anybody, and selling it to other people who can also sell it.
Well, he says it's the character is called Kilroy, and he's like this entity that tormented kids can conjure to kill. Bad adults is what Kevin Smith said. Okay. And I just wanted to clarify, it's a 5,000 piece NFT, Vinny. It probably is going to cost way more than that. Jesus Christ.
Here's the problem.
Oh, then it's good then. Perfect. Then it's good.
Here, besides the fact that they're stupid and that they hurt the environment, the main issue I have with the NFTs is that they take fundamentally the purpose and the beauty of the internet and they make it not that. It's these efforts to take what is supposed to be this beautiful world where everybody can do anything they want and put it in the cage, like the confines of capitalism, and just be like, no, we're gonna sell NFTs. We're gonna sell the metaverse real estate. We're gonna monetize the things that have no business being monetized, and once again tip the balance so that people like Kevin Smith, who are wealthy, get to have the say, as opposed to some kid making NFTs, in the middle of America. Like, it makes it a capitalist system again.
Yeah.
And therefore, it makes it so that the whole point of the internet, which is that anybody can do anything, is no longer valid. It's stupid. I hate it.
The thing that really boggles my mind is I think Reese Witherspoon's production company is also doing this. Like, Kevin Smith is not the only person.
No, rich people love NFTs they can...
I mean, not buying NFTs, like trying to
make other people
art as
NFTs,
NFTs, trying to make art as NFTs, like trying to make a show as an NFT and trying to make a movie as an NFT. I do not understand that.
It's just
impulse.
Like transparently bad. Like there's no scenario where I'm like, you know what? They have a good reason to be hawking NFTs. Like, it's just so transparently like, oh, they saw something that they could make money out of, and they're just like, well, I'm gonna put it on my Twitter, and people that don't know better are gonna spend a ton of money on it. It's just, it's bad. It's bad, and I hate it. I hate it, and I want it to stop.
It's wiggled its way into like the bubble of Hollywood, I would say, and that's gonna be an embarrassment. Like, I mean,
it's already kind of, well, I mean, right now it's in a pretty low point.
That's true.
The Ukraine stuff, but I don't know how it may well rebound. Like, Bitcoin goes up and down all the time. It's extremely volatile, which is exactly what you want in an investment opportunity.
Yeah.
That's the other. God. The impulse to try to make shows and movies as NFT is so baffling to me.
Right.
Like, what
Also-
other currency or investment thing have we ever done that with? It's such a strange impulse, and it's like,
Right.
you know what's not historically not great, a not great investment is a movie.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
historically bad investment.
You know what also is historically not a great investment, and this is coming from a place of love, but Kevin Smith.
Kevin
movies.
Smith movies. Yep.
Like I like his modern stuff too. I'm a fan of Kevin Smith, but like it's like he's finding a way for him to lose everybody's money with this. Where he's like, not only am I going to lose like the money on the film, but you're all
come
going to
bomb
lose
with
your
me.
money.
Please
Yeah.
come. You can experience what it is to bomb.
Yeah.
To lose money.
I'm picturing Kevin Smith sitting down at like his fucking easel or some elaborate artist's table and just being like, how can I lose more people's money?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing this because he's going to have people on the street like, hey, fuck you, man. You owe me money. You know, like it's yeah, I don't
When
know.
losing your own money just doesn't have that sting anymore. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. How can I go further?
It has the additional layer of like, because NFTs, they're driven by like a collectible economy, right? So it's like it's only the value is determined by how much people are willing to buy and sell it for. So it's like I keep coming back to just how bananas it is to me to make a movie within that framework.
Yeah.
Like it's man, good Christ.
It's
My
because they're
brain
the
is
hot
broken.
thing. They're the hot thing, and that's it. Even though they're the equivalent of scratch tickets.
Yeah.
They're the hot thing.
They're
right?
baseball cards.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not real. So,
Yeah.
like, when you purchase your Kilroy chunk, whatever the fuck, what do you own that I can't also own by like going to Kevin Smith's YouTube channel? Like it makes nothing. It makes no sense. It's insane.
But it's that we love gambling.
Yeah.
We like collectibles for that reason. We like scratch tickets. We like gambling, and the stock market is the same. And like it's that thing where someone can like maybe this will go great, maybe it'll be huge, and people will look at us and go, "Ha ha! Look at you saying it won't work." But that's the thing is it's just a gamble, and it's like scratch tickets. There's always somebody who it works for. It's just in general, you shouldn't spend thousands of dollars on scratch tickets. Or on Beanie Babies, or on action figures if you think it's going to make you a bunch of money. If you just want it, I like this thing, I want to have it, I want to collect it,
I wanna own a piece
more
of
power to
Kilroy,
you.
sir.
If you just want this Kilroy thing, that's great. But anybody who's like, this is it, this is my big break, that's where it becomes a problem.
To be clear, I am buying. I am participating.
We
I am
are,
buying.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
to-
they're
to be-
$5, I'll buy one.
To be clear, I'm spending money on a piece of Kilroy's here.
I almost bought the Moonfall
But it's not going to
NFT.
work for anybody else. But this is my ticket out of here.
Right, you have a system, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I understand it. That's the thing people don't get.
This is my Rex to Riches story. I
My
cashed
clerk.
in that Kevin Smith NFT like Charlie running home with his golden ticket.
What a time to be alive. What a time
Oh, it's a
to be on this
fucking
earth.
nightmare. Whatever.
Let's you guys want to name some
Name
more
some more
producers?
producers. Yeah, let's
We
do
should
that,
turn
Dave.
them into NFTs, all the producers.
That's what we should do, Dave.
Thank you to
Fuck
Kevin.
it.
Thank you to Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
We should get real hard into NFTs on our Patreon, Dave.
Like, ironically so, but also not.
but
Yeah.
also not.
Gradually talking yourself into it. Like, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny?
All right. Well, big thanks to the Midnight Patron, What Patrons at Midnight. Thank you very much. Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you to Andrew, the Proud Satanist. How? Thank you to Vincent. Thank you to Rev MD. Thank you to Lauren Gucci. Thank you to Bootler Bootleson. Thank you to Tux.
Chucks.
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro. Thank you to Norm from
Norm.
Cheers. Thank you to Space McNulty.
Oh, man, always. All right, let me
Yeah.
jump in here. Thank you to your mom.
Thank you.
Thank you to Nolan Mayton.
Thanks.
Thank you to Andrew. Follow Marina on Twitch and Patreon at Heartfist Brain McGuire.
Thanks.
Thank you to AJ.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Thank you.
Thank you to Burrito Mouth.
Thank
Thank you to
you.
the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank
Thank you to
you.
Aaron Burser.
Thank
Thank you to
you.
Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's confusingly large dick. Chill.
Thank you.
Thank you to Funky J.
Thank you.
And thank you to Pie Guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dave. Dave.
No. No.
Cut the shit.
I was
Running
I was
away.
actually gonna. How was the cursor work there?
Oh, whatever you want.
How was it on that one?
Dave, I'm going to need you to cut the shit.
No.
Cut the shit into 3 equal pieces, since
right.
there's 3 of us here.
Cutting the shit.
Cut the shit. And
Cutting it.
tell me if you have a movie that deserves more hype.
I do.
Oh, man.
I don't
What
have a
luck.
trailer for this. I found a clip. This is out of Sundance. Getting good reviews. It's called Brian and Charles. And it looks so if you don't like
It's the most British shit
I was about
ever.
to say if you don't like
God.
the British, then stay away. This is extremely British. This is about a inventor who makes a bunch of trash inventions and then finds a mannequin head and a washing machine and successfully builds a robot.
Yep.
It's and then the robot is I think the robot is Brian, I believe.
The robot's
No,
Charles.
the robot is Charles. Yeah, and it's about like him just trying to teach this really like you can see it. It looks like a washing machine with a mannequin head with a shirt on it.
It looks like a washing machine in a man's disguise.
I really feel like
Yeah.
calling it a robot does not sell what the fucking what Brian or whichever one, what it looks like in
It
this.
looks very silly.
And I also, having watched the clip, I do think you have to do more than like the British to enjoy this. You have to be deeply steeped
It's
in
so
all
British.
British culture. It's aggressively
the robot yeah.
British.
The robot loves cabbages. It has like a speak and spell voice.
Yeah.
And it's just this British guy arguing with this nightmare robot.
It's this fussy, childlike robot that is a washing machine
Yep.
in like the Ninja Turtles disguise, like Raphael's
Yeah.
movie-going disguise. And it just exasperated British man, and they're just arguing about who gets to ride up front. It's like that's the clip.
Yeah.
And there's
And
no
what
like
more
up
could
and
you
down
ask for?
progression. It's that.
Yeah, it's just that.
It's them having a mild battle of wits.
Right.
For
all
3
of the
minutes.
reviews, good or bad, say that the stakes are incredibly low. And it's
I
basically
wanted
just
you to say hi. So
yeah,
badly.
it's basically just this
Like
British
Charles
guy.
starts killing people.
You know,
There's only one man that can stop Charles.
apparently Charles gets picked on by a bully,
Oh, you do hate to see that.
Who on
and
earth?
it's just
Who on earth would see that thing and be like, "I'm gonna pants that son of a bitch"?
9 feet tall,
oh my God.
8 feet wide, has a nightmare face. I love it. I can't wait to see it wherever I'm able to watch this fucking film.
Is the face of like a partially melted Muppet.
Yeah,
It looks like the new Leatherface from the new Texas.
yeah,
It
it
does.
does. It really does.
The 60-year-old Leatherface from the new Netflix movie.
An equally formidable body count to his name, I'm sure.
The stakes have never been higher than they are in this film.
It looks extremely twee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
does.
I would probably like I thought the clip that is available to watch, which you can find on YouTube. I thought that was funny.
I thought it was funny too. I want to see this stupid movie. And yeah,
It's
it could be
such a
overwhelmingly
batshit
twee.
idea. Just
Yeah.
It also it can't be more than like 75 minutes with credits. Like if this film is
imagine?
if this film
3
is
hours.
if it's approaching 2 hours.
it's like on 2 VHSs. Like, oh Christ.
Yeah. I don't know,
Really
man.
getting into the
It's just,
story of Brian and Charles.
I'm super curious about what this could possibly be.
Sometimes you just get
based
all you
off this
need.
clip.
You get all you need from Untitled.
Brian and Charles.
The low stakes adventures of Brian and Charles.
You got Brian, you got Charles.
It has, and I would definitely take this with a grain of salt. It has almost a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's all like Sundance.
That's
like
they
all
gave-
those freaks coming out of Sundance who
Yeah.
love everything.
If I
so
can
that
give Joker a 20-minute standing ovation.
yeah,
and
exactly. So that's not.
There'll
This
be-
is just critics really feeling themselves.
I swear to God, people at like Cannes and Sundance are just delighted by the concept of movies, like the general concept of
here's
film.
the thing: is it? Yeah, you said con, right? Like, I also was gonna say like conventions as well, not because it's why Marvel and superhero films started like using Comic-Con, because they realized that if you get a bunch of enthusiastic people in a room together, their movie, it looks like a hit.
It's contagious.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
that yelling, and people are like, well, that movie must be incredible. Look how
Right.
happy these people are.
And the same way comic book nerds are going to go wild for comic book movies,
Yeah.
Sundance audiences are going to go wild for the most like art house bullshit imaginable.
They're gonna go
the
wild
same.
for Brian and Charles.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call this art. I don't know what this is.
I don't know. Everybody
I don't-
Google it because you have to the see what the robot
Yeah,
looks
because you're
like.
definitely not picturing it correctly.
Yeah.
He looks like Inspector Gadget. Like it's it's fucking nuts. Like
I
it
love
really
it.
is.
A24 is Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100% what it looks like. Oh, man. Can you imagine being so excited about Brian and Charles just punching somebody in the face?
Yeah.
So you
I
can't
am.
contain
I'm
your
excited
joy.
for
My Fandango keeps crashing. I can't get tickets to Brian and Charles.
I want a fucking Charles action figure.
That would
yeah.
actually honestly be kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Like
I would buy a Charles act figure.
and I would also just love explaining to people what's that from? That's from Brian and Charles.
Somebody comes in, oh, what is that from? Sit down.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you a story.
You got Brian. You got Charles. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't
They're
know what
just
else.
never going to see eye to eye.
Oh hell yeah! When is Brian? What's the release plan?
Summer. This is gonna be a
Okay,
summer
good.
release.
Yeah. It's a tentpole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that better. Oh, we better get like 6 of these.
Movies are
Oh,
back.
man.
The big
Yeah.
screen is
Yeah.
the big screen is back.
Yeah.
The BCCU. Brian and Charles Cinematic Universe.
Perfect.
Holy shit!
So
I
yeah,
am
that's it.
legitimately excited to watch this movie. Thank you,
Me
Dave.
too. Me too. It looks wild.
It looks so goddamn British.
Yeah. It is
the most
definitely
British
too
thing.
British,
Yeah. Oh man,
but that's okay.
it's totally that Eddie Izzard routine. Talking about like British movies, and it's like she's miming somebody coming in and like, what are you doing? Nothing, just arranging these matches. It's just, I mean, look it up. It's from the special Dress to Kill, but yeah, it's exactly like that. It's the most low key shit. Well, shit. I think that's a sode. I think we've done it.
I think we did it. I think
well,
we
what are you
successfully-
going to talk about after Brian and Charles? Like what could
Nothing.
No.
Yeah. What comes after? Absolutely nothing. What tops Brian and Charles?
Being thrown clear from a car accident. Oh man, I landed on my feet somehow. Vinny, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think I get it now. I get it.
You get it?
It all
See you at the show.
makes sense. I understand it. Next time, I'll come in hotter. I'll come in with the knowledge of what the Hypecast
You did fine.
is.
You did good. It was good.
No, happy to be here. This was a blast.
Thanks
yeah,
for
man.
being on.
Yeah,
is
anytime.
there anything you want to tell the world? Anything you want to plug? Any statements? You want to?
Any
Sure.
manifestos you need to read?
Yeah.
Yeah, my movie just debuted at Sundance. Brian and Charles.
Brian and Charles.
I wrote and directed this movie, Brian and Charles. No, not really. I mean, I don't know. You can find me at if you happen to be an actor, find me at Backstage, where we got plenty of jobs for the working actor. I also host In the Envelope, the Backstage podcast. The most recent episode is with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Nice.
So if you want to hear me talk to star of Third Rock from the Sun, among other things, yeah, In the Envelope on all podcasts. I actually don't know if it's on all podcasts. I just started hosting it like a month ago, so I actually don't know where to find it. But hey, Google it. You'll find
Yeah,
it.
just
It's on
Google-
it's on the internet. I don't know. I don't have to tell you. Google In the Envelope, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You'll find it.
I'm constantly surprised where this show ends up. I'm like, we're on that, really?
Yeah, sure. I don't know who put it there.
I don't know if we didn't put it there.
Oh yeah, I get so many emails where they're like, "Hey, your page on Cast Clown isn't working well. Can you help me out?" I'm like, I don't know what that is.
What that is.
Yeah.
I think I got a message from somebody that was like, "Are you gonna take your shows off Spotify?" I was like, "We're on fucking Spotify."
Yeah,
How did we get on
I don't know.
We
how
didn't
to-
put our shows on Spotify.
how
Whoever
to
put me
take
on
them
there,
off.
maybe they'll take it off. I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
You were jokingly mentioning Brian and Charles. You do have a short movie though, Vinny, don't you?
I do. Yeah, it's titled Hellspork. It's about a spork that is possessed by the soul of a serial killer.
Delightful.
You can find that on Vimeo. It's on my Twitter. It's my pinned tweet on Twitter at Vinnie Mancuso 1. Yeah, that was I'm trapped in my studio apartment in North Hollywood. What if I made a movie?
Nice.
So if you want to see what that looks like, head on over to my Twitter. Yeah, no, it's played at a couple small film festivals, which is insane because, like I said, it was a figment of my incredibly depressed mind during quarantine.
Hey, you got something out of it.
Yeah, it was all worth it in the end. We got help.
It's your
got
Bill
Hellspork out of
Burnham
it.
special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did. It's funny. During the pandemic, searching for things to do, I realized I lived really close to the Nightmare on Elm Street house, and I was like, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to drive by the Nightmare on Elm Street house. Learned recently that's where Bo Burnham filmed his special, so he was probably hard at work in the backyard as I drove by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was in like the
That's
little pool
really
house, right?
Yeah, he just was. I think they moved out of there, so don't go. Don't be like me and just randomly drive by the Nightmare on Elm Street house. They probably get that shit all the time. What the hell was I talking about?
That was your plug.
Your short
Joe.
film, man. That was your
Yeah.
plug.
Yeah, my plug
Perfect
is
plug.
the Nightmare on Elm Street house. Go check it out. It's just
Go check it out, folks.
You can also see the Halloween house.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
they're just houses. You can just drive by them.
People live in there, and
Just
they
in
do
the
not care
middle
for
of-
you.
Middle of Los Angeles. These houses.
Don't stop. Don't stop, because then you're crossing a line.
Yeah. I'll tell people about our Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have a bunch of exclusive podcasts on there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder's a Maniac. We do some stuff with the Small Beans, like Spiel Boys, and the other one,
show
Star
that you
Trek:
do?
The Next Futurama. That's the one. We also watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. That is the night that this is coming out. And also just special consideration for the fact that tomorrow, when this is coming out, Saturday, we are having the first episode of our Cop Rock podcast. So,
Oh yeah, we're telling everybody about that.
I need everybody to know about Cop Rock. So, yeah.
More
That's
people
incredible.
do need to know about Cop Rock.
I've been like greeting people with being like, Cop Rock? You hear about Cop Rock? You see Cop Rock? Like, that's the mode I'm in. So, yeah.
I don't-
actively copying my DVDs so I can just hand them to people.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah, on the street.
know what that is, so
You will.
now you taught one
The
person.
world
well,
will. Yeah.
Cop Rock.
You could have seen my face light up when you said that. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store, where we have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs you can get on T-shirts, mugs, stickers, posters, all kinds of things. So check that out. Slap your peepers on that
Yep.
if you want. I don't know. And Cop Rock.
And Cop Rock.
Yes.
Do all those things.
It's an hour musical cop drama by Stephen Bochco. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to see it.
That's
You have to see it.
That's what I was assuming. I just needed you. I needed you to confirm my suspicions.
Ask if it was successful.
I don't think I need to.
Okay.
You're right. That's it. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
We did
Bye.
it.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.